On July 13, 2024, in a shocking turn of events, an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump occurred at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, leaving him with minor injuries and resulting in one fatality among the attendees. This unprecedented act of violence has sent shockwaves through the nation, raising urgent questions about the future of American politics and its implications for global geopolitics. How will this dramatic incident reshape international relations, influence global security strategies, and impact the political landscape both within the United States and around the world? We will go through the details of the attack and its effect on political discourse, security measures, and the broader implications for global stability. So make sure to stay tuned until the end, because you won't want to miss any of it. On July 13, 2024, a violent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump unfolded during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The assailant, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, managed to evade security and take a position on a rooftop approximately 450 feet from the stage where Trump was speaking. Crooks fired multiple shots, one of which grazed Trump's ear, while also tragically resulting in the death of one rally attendee and critically injuring two others. The Secret Service swiftly neutralized the threat, killing Crooks on the spot. The immediate aftermath saw Trump receiving minor medical attention, but otherwise remaining unscathed. In response, Trump and his administration expressed their shock and condemnation of the attack. Trump's campaign issued a statement emphasizing his resolve to continue his run for office despite the violence, while his administration underscored the need for heightened security measures to protect public figures. The incident has sparked widespread debate and concern over the safety of political events and the overall climate of political violence in the U.S. The current state of U.S.-China relations is marked by significant trade tensions and escalating geopolitical rivalry. Recent years have seen the two nations engaged in a prolonged war characterized by tariffs, trade barriers, and competitive economic policies. Geopolitically, their rivalry extends to strategic interests in the South China Sea, cybersecurity issues, and differing stances on global governance. The assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump could potentially impact this fraught relationship in several ways. The incident might prompt both nations to reassess their diplomatic strategies, with heightened attention to security and political stability influencing negotiations. For instance, any perceived instability in U.S. political leadership could affect trade talks and economic policies, possibly leading to shifts in how aggressively each side pursues its interests. Military posturing may also be influenced, with both countries possibly recalibrating their defense strategies in response to perceived vulnerabilities. Political analysts suggest that while the attack could exacerbate tensions by reinforcing perceptions of U.S. instability, it could also lead to a more cautious approach from both sides, emphasizing the need for stability in diplomatic engagements. The recent history of U.S.-Russia relations has been characterized by a complex mix of cooperation and conflict. Key areas of cooperation include arms control agreements such as New START, while conflicts have arisen over issues like Russian interference in U.S. elections, the annexation of Crimea, and differing positions on the Syrian conflict. The assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump could significantly impact these already tense relations. Given Trump's historically favorable stance towards Russia, this incident might lead to a reevaluation of his approach, potentially hardening his position as he seeks to demonstrate strength and resolve in the face of domestic threats. Diplomatic initiatives, such as ongoing arms control negotiations, could either be stalled or recalibrated in light of the heightened security concerns. Additionally, the shootout could prompt both nations to reconsider their cybersecurity and intelligence sharing protocols. With the rising threat of political violence, there might be increased emphasis on safeguarding critical infrastructure and enhancing intelligence cooperation to prevent future attacks. The assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump could have significant implications for U.S. Middle East relations, particularly concerning military strategy, peace negotiations, and regional stability. The shootout might prompt a reevaluation of the U.S. military presence in the Middle East, potentially leading to either a consolidation of forces to enhance security or a strategic withdrawal to focus on domestic stability. This incident could also influence ongoing peace processes and relationships with key regional players like Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. For instance, the U.S. might adopt a more cautious approach in its dealings with Iran, emphasizing the need for stability and security in the wake of domestic unrest. Conversely, it could bolster its alliances with Saudi Arabia and Israel, highlighting the importance of strong partnerships in combating terrorism. The attack may also impact U.S. involvement in regional conflicts, potentially leading to a shift in priorities or a reassessment of alliances. The assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump is likely to have significant repercussions for the United States' relationship with NATO allies, potentially influencing alliance solidarity and defense policies. This incident could lead to stronger cooperation among NATO members as they unite in the face of a shared threat of political violence and terrorism. The attack may serve as a wake-up call, prompting a collective reassessment of security protocols and intelligence sharing mechanisms within the alliance. Conversely, it could also highlight existing divisions, particularly if differing political responses to the incident emerge among member states. In terms of defense policies, the shootout might result in shifts in defense spending, with an increased focus on enhancing protective measures for political leaders and critical infrastructure. Joint military exercises could be recalibrated to emphasize counterterrorism and rapid response scenarios, ensuring preparedness for similar threats in the future. Strategic priorities within NATO may also shift, with a renewed emphasis on internal security and the stabilization of member states' political environments. The assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump has elicited strong reactions from international leaders and media outlets worldwide, underscoring the global significance of the incident. World leaders have expressed their shock and condemnation, with many emphasizing the need for political stability and condemning acts of violence. Significant policy changes and security measures have been observed in several countries in response to the event. The European Union has announced an emergency meeting to discuss the implications for international security and potential cooperative measures to combat political violence. Canada has increased security protocols for political rallies and public events, citing the need to protect democratic institutions from similar threats. Meanwhile, Russia's President Vladimir Putin emphasized the importance of safeguarding national leaders and called for an international summit on counterterrorism efforts. The long-term implications of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump are likely to be profound, potentially triggering significant geopolitical shifts and influencing future policies. The incident may lead to a reorientation of U.S. foreign policy, with a greater emphasis on domestic security and counterterrorism measures. This could result in a temporary withdrawal from international engagements as the U.S. focuses on stabilizing its political environment. Geopolitically, the attack could alter alliances and power dynamics as allies and adversaries reassess their strategies in light of the heightened threat of political violence in the U.S. Countries like China and Russia might perceive this as a moment of vulnerability, potentially testing U.S. resolve in various international arenas. Conversely, traditional allies may push for stronger cooperation and support to counter the rising tide of political extremism globally. Future policies under the Trump administration, should he remain influential in American politics, are likely to reflect a tougher stance on security, both domestically and internationally. This could manifest in increased defense spending, more stringent immigration controls, and a renewed focus on counterterrorism operations. The administration might also push for stronger international coalitions to combat political violence and terrorism, potentially leading to new alliances or the strengthening of existing ones. Additionally, there could be an uptick in intelligence sharing agreements and joint military exercises with key partners to preemptively address threats. Overall, the shootout is poised to reshape not only U.S. politics, but also its approach to international relations, with significant implications for global stability and security. The shocking assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump has far-reaching implications for American politics and global geopolitics. We've explored how this unprecedented act of violence could reshape international relations, influence global security strategies, and impact the political landscape both within the United States and around the world. What do you think will be the most significant long-term effect of this event? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.